Alright, the ultimate test. Will I be spared? To the YouTube apparatus. It's the moment of truth. Yes. Nice. Alright. Wow. And we're here. Sorry for the delay, everyone. I originally wanted to do this stream a lot sooner, but I had some pretty catastrophic mic issues. Not sure what happened. I did add a new audio source. I don't know if I messed up with the tracks or what, but I was getting audio within my OBS, but it wasn't really transferring to YouTube. So, long story short, we figured it out. And yeah, so we're back. It's been a while. Hope you all have been well. We are going to try our hand at one of my personal favorites of all time, to be honest with you, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. On the PS2, however, this is the remastered version that is on the PS4. Now, a little bit of context for the PS4 version, for those of you who aren't too aware of it. It's pretty much an emulated version of the PS2 Jak and Daxter game, which I don't know how I feel about. After doing a little bit of research, I guess I can totally see why it was kind of not done all that well, I guess would be the best way to explain it. Because in a lot of fans' eyes, the PS3 remastered collection is actually a little bit of a better experience to play this game, just because they actually did upscale it. A different company did it other than Naughty Dog, I would think, and just applied a little bit more love and TLC to the game itself, being able to get it to the capacity of what those 6th and 6th gen, the 6th gen consoles were able to output, and it looked really good on the PS3. But the PS4 was pretty much kind of at ends on how they wanted to approach it. So they chose a little bit more of a easier route, if you kind of just focusing on one of the wisest men on the planet, I guess, knowing that they can get the most out of Jak and Daxter fans. But nonetheless, I'm here to try it out. I've never really tried it. I am interested in trying to get all the trophies, so that's going to be an interesting task. Haven't platinumed the game in a while, so why not go ahead and revisit one of the cult classics, right? But with that being said, welcome, if you're new here, of course.
Old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts in Nico. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? I'm fine. I'm fine.
What in Green Tarnation
Leave it to
do you
Daxter.
want?
I was...
Don't tell
It's
me.
also very interesting to
Instead
see
of
how
heeding
Jack is
my
mute in this
wisdom,
game.
the two
And there's
you
plenty of
went
opportunities for
mucking
him to
around
want to
in the
like
only
talk
place
and
I
actually
told you not to
say
go
something, but he never
is the
does.
island.
That's right. And
So it's always been an interesting
Daxter,
concept.
You finally took a much-needed bath, but in a
And it leaves a lot of
bathtub
room
filled
for you
with
to
dark
kind of like
eco.
Jack as an
Man,
antagonist.
Are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied dark
Meanwhile,
eco long enough
Daxter's
to have a
losing his
chance at
mind.
returning you to your previous form. Carl
But
Acheron, the sage. But
despite the
lives
way
far
you
to
play
the
this
north.
game,
Far,
like I said, I grew up
far
with
to
it on the
north.
PS2.
Nobody
I
has
also have
spoken to
the
him in
PS3 collection,
ages.
but
I would
I
teleport
was a
you
little bit
there,
more interested
but
to kind of
I
get my
can't
hands
do
on the
that
PS4 just
either.
because
None of the three
it was a limited
sages that
run. It was one of the
maintain our
exclusives through
teleporter gates
Naughty
have
Dog,
seen fit to turn their ends on
which
for quite a while.
they
The
obviously
only other
don't
way
have
north
too
is by
much
foot
to
through the
say
Fire
about the
Canyon,
future
but
of
its
Jak and
volcanic
Daxter, which
soil
makes me
is
want to
hot
like
enough
kind of
build
get into it and
precursor
play it,
metal.
expose
You
it a little
can't
bit
just
more,
walk through it.
just to kind of create
fly over it. If
some
you
sort
had a
of
zoom where you could put the
resurgence,
heat
if you will.
shield. I just happen to be
Because this
working
is a
on
game,
such
this
thing
game
at
and
this
Dynasty
very
Warriors are
moment.
probably two of my
All I would
favorite
need
games
is
of all
20
time
power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's
on the
heat.
PS2.
Isn't that right, Daddy?
This one probably more so for the single player, and then Dynasty Warriors for the co-op. And then, as I got older, I kind of just enjoyed playing a lot of the
Most of them
Dynasty
have a
Warriors
power
games,
cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even
just
if they
solo.
aren't willing to just give
As you get
them
good enough,
away,
you
greasing
don't
that
necessarily
hole
need
to
your
the
buddy
view
to kind of
precursor
split up
orb
and
should do the trick.
accomplish the
And I
task
bet
at
there are
hand.
even
But
more of them out in
nonetheless,
the wilds just waiting for
we're
some
gonna see what this is
brave
about. We're gonna
adventurer
get as
to
many
find.
trophies as we can,
Well, we've got the brave
and if this turns out okay,
Brave
I'd like to try and stream this again
You
more so in the
couldn't find
future.
your way out of the village without training.
But we'll see.
Before you do anything
But
else, you
for those
better
of you
go
that kind of
through
hung
the
around for the
wall gate and get
beginning,
some
I did try to
practice on
stream this a couple
Geyser
hours
Rock.
ago, and it just did
we
not
won't
work out.
find
Like I
any more
said,
of
a
that
lot of
dog
audio
food
issues,
stuff,
especially with my
will we?
mic, but
'Cause I'd hate to
I think we
fall
got
in
something
again
going
and
on
turn
that
into
works a
you.
little bit better here.
Get in there
So
before
it's
I
working
turn
out,
you both
but
into fire.
nonetheless. We're gonna try our hand at this one more time. Now that we got some audio finally from the mic,
This device is a
from the mic
communicator.
perspective.
With it, my
But
father and I can give you advice at any time.
I've been on
during
quite the
gunfights.
Jak and Daxter rabbit hole lately, if you will. I've explored a lot of options on how to play it. I'm primarily like on the excuse me, the PS Vita, which there's a lot of flack for how that game actually performed, and it's well justified. They capped the game at 20 frames per second, which was a terrible idea. And if you can hack your Vita, you can kind of figure out a way to be able to move the FPS to 30. I think they just capped it at 20, knowing that the Vita probably didn't have the potential to do it, or didn't have the potential to capture that type of frames. But with Vita Hack or Vita Fix, it's worked out pretty well for me, and it works out. Sometimes it's still pretty laggy, still pretty slow for the PS Vita version, but I also have tried my hand at the open goal version of this game. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that, that is the pretty much the software engine that the founders of Naughty Dog came up with to create the game. Because for those of you who aren't familiar with Jak and Daxter, for those of you who are, remember how remarkable it was for this game to pretty much be an open world with no loading screens whatsoever. You can play this game from start to finish without a single loading screen. And I think that was game-changing for the era that we kind of, at least me personally, grew up in during the PS2 era. And here we are, however many years later, 20 years later, and it still has the same appeal as it did back then. Who would have thought that this game would have aged so beautifully? Especially just on the concept of what it is in general, But yeah, a lot of power cells, a lot of precursor orbs throughout this stream. Like I said, I'd like to try and stream the whole thing if it came down to it, in regards to kind of not only beating the game, but also achieving platinum trophies on this. I don't know how realistic that is, because I know some of these are going to be pretty difficult. But I'm up for the challenge, haven't done it in a while, so why not do it with one of the games that really had a great time growing up with and finding an ultimate love for. So, but yeah, the Open Gold project, a group of developers, a lot of speedrunners came across pretty much the source code for how Jak Daxter was created, which is that kind of open world concept, and man, is it impressive. It's mind-blowing what people are able to come up with. In the absence of game preservation is the best way for me to explain it, because we don't know what the future holds for Jak Daxter. For all we know, it's dead and gone. We've heard rumors circulate. We know that Tom Holland, Spider-Man himself, certainly is a big fan of Jak Daxter, and that's promising to see. Maybe with the film adaptation in the future, they'll kind of reinvigorate, maybe revive the series in general. Not gonna hold my breath, of course, but it would be nice to see. And that would probably be in the sense of a Jak 4. We're playing Jak Daxter currently, its first game. And then there's Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak X, which is more of a combat racing game, and Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier, which by many is not considered even a part of the franchise, honestly.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach
Kind of bombed. Wasn't created by Naughty Dog, although it was started by Naughty Dog, which is pretty interesting. It's funny because just playing this game, it's so clear that they didn't change hardly anything from the PS2 version. They just added the trophy system. That's all we got. Trophy system's best we can do, said Sony the Clown. But, I mean, I get it. Sony, just, if you're listening to this, we all know you're not watching, but if you are, this would be a really good game to bring back to your exclusivity platforms. In particular, 3D platformers. This game took off in the early 2000s when it came out. And history tends to repeat itself, so why not try your hand at another Jak Daxter? That's all I'm saying.
and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
All right. We got around this area, and I decided to call it quits on the last stream just because I simply could not hear myself. But got that figured out. Fortunately, just had to start the stream a little bit later because of it.
Rule
But
number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely.
7-year-old Smiley was definitely crushing on Kira whenever this game came out. And I felt like I had a chance because she doesn't date animals. One of the most iconic entries to a video game series, Daxter, lol. Daxter falling into the dark eco. His personality in general is just super fun. But yeah, for those of you who aren't too familiar with kind of just Naughty Dog and them and kind of what they operate and do in general, they are the creators of Crash Bandicoot and went on to make this awesome beloved game that has a lot of fans. from the PS2 community. And of course, after this, went on to make Uncharted and then The Last of Us.
Haven't you ever seen him used before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box.
I thought that these games gave some of the locals a lot of character.
She's all right. It's worth a parcel if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Daxter knows Jack called the shot, so it's kind of tempting here to want to go left to Sentinel Beach, but I find it a little bit more rewarding to go the other way towards the Forbidden Forest.
Hey, it looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
And I'll get into it a little bit later once we get to that point. But for now, we're just going to talk to the villagers, make sure everyone's good, see what they need. You good, homie? You good? Here we go with conspiracy theory moment. A lot of people in the Jak and Daxter universe, as you can see right here, see this gentleman as Jack's uncle. They don't really go into it too much, but it is pretty interesting kind of thing. I always thought the center of his staff was a tennis ball for the longest time, but he just wants some precursor orbs. He's also got the precursor map right there, which I'd like to kind of look into a little bit more on his desk over there. He's obviously looking at something. There's a lot of lore. You can type in Jak and Daxter lore. There's a lot of really good content creators that go into the backstory of this game and talk about it quite a bit. But this is probably my favorite interaction
Don't tell me that you two have problems.
of all of the villagers.
The first I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Did you pay the bill?
Oh, you're funny.
Yum.
Now look, if you two fix the eco beam.
If you read the subtitles on this particular interaction,
Oh, and another thing.
this guy had no idea what Daxter was talking
If you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
So the yum moment is literally just with question marks. I think that's pretty hilarious, honestly, for some reason. All right, so get his energy back and some precursor orbs. See what the bird lady wants.
Oh my.
Finally, my internet is good again. Hello, Ice Pirate. Welcome to the stream.
So good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
Sakuyan, it's good to see you.
You know,
Hello, hello. I'm glad you were able to finally catch one of my live streams. Number one, it's been a while, obviously. And two, yeah, I had some difficulties with my internet as well in regards to getting my mic to work. I think we kind of figured it out a little bit. So, happy you're here. Hope you're having a good night with your internet restored.
What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
Gotta get the scout flies. funny to hear Daxter talk about the precursor power cell holder thing over there on the left side of that thingy. Funny to hear him talk about it. Just because there's a lot of lore that goes into that. But it's been so long, I missed the place. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Ice. I feel like the last time we got a chance to kind of get into the discussion was probably towards the very beginning of when I started streaming. I feel like it was maybe a Dynasty 3 or Dynasty 4-ish. I think it was just a, like, yeah, Warriors 4, Dynasty Warriors 4, or Dynasty Warriors 3, I can't remember, but one of the earlier streams. So yeah, it's been a while, you're right. We're gonna get these yacht cows into the corral. The Dynasty Warriors 5 remaster, that's right. Which, for the technical term, I guess technically is the Shinsenzoku Musou 4 special, which unfortunately only came out on the Japanese Xbox 360. Man, that just kind of really leads me into the entry point of kind of what I have planned for the channel is I'd really like to discuss what a potential remaster for some of the best Dynasty Warriors games on PS2 would look like. So, in my opinion, and also just kind of based on general fan feedback, would probably be Dynasty Warriors 3, Dynasty Warriors 4, and Dynasty Warriors 5. That's my humble opinion, but I also feel that's kind of a collective incentive on most of the Dynasty Warriors fans. There's quite a bit out there. I know there's a lot of Dynasty Warriors 2 lovers, Dynasty Warriors 6 lovers, and I have empathy for those people, but when it comes to the true collection, or true HD collection of experience on the PS2, I think the general consensus can agree that we probably are looking at Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5. And so I'd like to kind of maybe base a video on that. I haven't really decided what the structure of it will look like, but it's definitely in the works. Now that you mention it. Only in Japan, yeah. Pretty wild. Pretty wild that Microsoft essentially tried to conquer Japan with the Xbox 360, and it didn't really work all that well. Let's see what the precursor tube has to say. So yeah, trying to get the best footage possible for Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5. But we'll see. To make that video.
Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
Whoa, that was weird. Tried to do the roll jump and it didn't work out too well. So yeah. Whoa, creepy precursor orbs absorbing from the distance. I've heard a lot of discussion on the emulator that Naughty Dog used for this particular port, the PS4 port. And I can kind of see it based on just some of the experiences that I've played with this game elsewhere, which is, you know, like I mentioned earlier, PS2, Open Goal's definitely the best, and then PCSX2, I would say so far is looking on par, if not a little bit better. All I really have going on right now with this is just, I am running the physical copy of Jak Daxter, which, hint, wink, wink, highly don't recommend. It's part of the limited run edition, as you can see, hence the title. And it works well, but it mainly was just kind of for a lot of the heavy fans that We're hoping for something. Hey, here's no Jak 4, but here's all the games remastered. Wink, wink. And it worked. Fortunately, a lot of people buy it. Scalpers have already taken advantage on eBay. The cost of this digital version, excuse me, this physical version, is pretty much the same, if not more, than a new copy of most modern games today. And for some reason, they didn't make as many games for the PS4 release of the Precursor Legacy as they did the others, Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak 4, and a fake Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak X, and a potential hint at what a Jak 4 would look like just on the basis of a cover art. I think it was 1,500 copies or something like that for this, and then like 2,500 for the others. But you can buy this game digitally, of course, from the PS Store, but the Orbist. Imagine that's attaining a certain amount of orbs, but that's kind of the mission, like I mentioned, going after some trophies here. But yeah, I think the other games got around 2,500, and this game didn't get as, for whatever reason, I don't know, but probably my favorite, to be honest. Really need to revisit Jak 2, see where I stand with it, but for the most part, definitely nostalgic. Can't chat too much because I'm eating right now. No worries, no worries. Just kind of hanging out, chilling for this stream. Not near as intense as some of the Dynasty Warrior streams, but yeah. Always have a good time revisiting these. Been on a big Jak Daxter kick lately, obviously. YouTube's trying it again, of course. See what they want this time. Just gonna turn down some of the, see if I can fix some of the lag that we got here, whatever YouTube claims it is. Let's try that. But Army Cypher, welcome. So, so I can play this on my PS5. Absolutely. Like I said, there is the physical and the digital version of this, so you have some options. It depends. It depends on kind of what your stance is with physical and digital releases. I'm kind of a weirdo about it. I definitely prefer physical. I think the preservation of games is important. And I don't know how far we can go with digital. I know it's the future, but for games like this that I truly love, I tend to. Why not collect it? Why not collect it and, you know, attempt all of the things? But most certainly you can play this on your PS5. I think you can get it 1080p. I don't know what it would look like or attempt to be through some kind of capture card, maybe with PS4. Or, excuse me, capture card with PS5. Oh, got one of the precursors. But yeah, I've been holding out on a PS5. I've kind of gotten to the realm of PC gaming a little bit, and I don't know. There's some really good exclusives on Sony's PS5, but like I said, my PC's kind of keeps me afloat for now in regards to kind of what PS5 has to offer. I haven't been like blown away by the exclusives brought to PS5. However, the Rise of Ronin kind of gets me perked up a little bit just because it is a Koei Tecmo classic, or at least original that'll only be available on the PS5, which is very interesting. Makes me wonder if it'll eventually make its way to Steam. I know Steam's working really hard to be within that market. Xbox isn't looking good. They're pretty much just trying to keep the series afloat. Their franchise afloat, if you will, bringing games to PS5, which is just insane. But I think they had a podcast recently or some kind of interview where a lot of the people at Xbox pretty much had mentioned that they think exclusivity won't even be a thing in 5 years. And I think, first of all, I think that's a wild take, but at the same time, it's not too far off. Like, of course, you know, these companies are enjoying a lot of the things that they can offer with exclusivity, especially the PS5. I guess just how much longer can it last when these PCs are built to last like this? I have all Dynasty Warriors physical and this on my PS2. Army, dude, that is so sweet. That is so cool, because I recently have just kind of came across a phase where I'm like, you know what? I think I want all my physical versions of the PS2 for this particular game.
Nothing to talk about.
In particular, Jak and Daxter Dynasty Warriors. So I have most of my Dynasty Warriors games, but I'm kind of going back to the Jak and Daxter phase. But by all means.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you with Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge?
Alright, let's see what we can do here.
There are two types of good fish to catch.
I'm not always the best at this particular challenge, but we're gonna check it out, see how it goes.
Miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
It's incredible playing this particular mission on the open goal format. The controls are just so much more fluid, and this is kind of feeling like the PS2 version. So y'all better not be on to me if it takes me more than 5. If it takes me more than 5, we're gonna have to do something wild. But I'm trying to be great, y'all, so just bear with me. It's just so much more fluid. That open goal version is just pretty much built from scratch. They just took the, like I said, the code model from that particular engine that Naughty Dog used for these games, built it themselves, emulated the exact same, and added onto it. That's another reason why I wanted to kind of bring some content from Jak and Daxter to this, just because, man, it's cool to see. It's cool to see what fans can come up with.
Looks like you could use a bigger bit. Steady, boy.
So yeah, I'd like to showcase that. I don't know if I'll live stream it yet, or if I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of make a video about it.
Here comes a big one.
Ooh! That was close.
Hold steady. You did it.
Let's go, people. Let's go, people. I have never in my life done that the first time. It looks like my Dynasty Warriors luck is rubbing off on stream for Jak and Daxter. Appreciate you guys checking in and watching that. That was incredible. That deserves alley-oop. Hand over fish, baby. Appreciate you, Army. That worked out. That worked out really well. Well done. Well done, chat. We did it. Man, you guys are good luck. I don't know what else to say. I've never, in my 20 years of existence playing this game, have ever gotten a fish mission on the first run. And on a new engine. I've never played this on PS4, but yeah. I'm gonna chalk that one up to y'all for sure. Might be a little bit more than 20 years of existence, honestly. Let's see, I'm pushing 30. I'll be 30 in July, so man, I've been playing this since I was, I think this came out in 2002 or 3. I was like in 3rd or 4th grade. I just remember waiting under the Christmas tree for this game. This was one of Sony's like biggest accomplishments. Like they were super stoked about this, so much that they really promoted it too, which was cool to see. because most of all I really played on the PS2 was a little bit of Sly Cooper in the later PS2 years, but mainly Jak and Daxter, Madden, and of course Dynasty Warriors.
Let's get up on that machine and break the mirror diverting the precursor beam.
All right, the start of a chain. Power to the people, baby. Got to restore the energy here. Whoa, a little too fast there, Skippy. But this is a good case in point to lead into why I don't go to Sentinel Beach first. Because once you open these, you open up all of the eco bins. And so being able to trampoline to the lurker tower that's shooting all of the cannonballs helps out, because you really don't have to mess with the Pelican, which I hope to show you guys later in the stream. Because the Pelican, man... The Pelican snatches up a power cell. You have to climb up this peninsula of rock in the middle of at the front of the beach. You have to climb up it and smack the Pelican. And the Pelican spits out the power cell. You gotta chase down the power cell while the Pelican is on its high horse to go and retrieve the power cell again. And so it is fast, and you have to move fast. But yeah, there's just an easier way out, and so that's what we're doing right here.
Yeah, so we got a precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff, so it ain't gonna help us!
For those of you who don't know, there is a power cell there. Last time I played this game, that's one of the last ones that I got, just because I forgot about it. I'm 23 and grew up with Jak and Daxter, Dynasty Warriors 3, Sly 2, Kingdom Hearts. Love these games to death. That is so cool to hear. That is so cool to hear being 23. Or for you to be 23, Army. That's kind of cool. That makes sense, because my sister's about your age, and I also got her hooked on these games pretty quickly. And it worked out really well, because my sister really isn't a gamer. Even to this day, she's not. But back in the day, if she wanted to hang out with Big Bro's playing the classic. And so oftentimes I would have her hook up that PS2 controller for Port 2 and hack and slash away. She had to figure out the ways of the Dynasty Warriors as well. And I challenged her to see if she could beat Jak and Daxter by herself, because it's not an easy game. It definitely takes a little bit of grit. It takes a little bit of trial and error, knowing some ins and outs of how it works and whatnot. But for the most part, it's doable. It's doable even for the newest of gamers, and I think that's what's so inviting about this game. She could never really get through the red stage, which is like the snowy mountain part. Oh man, wasn't paying attention, missed it. I used to think this game was impossible. Yeah, sometimes as a kid it got really tough. However, Jak 2 and Jak 3, those really made it the best. Like, made it so much more, I guess. It made you built for it, I guess, is the best way to explain it. But getting used to this kind of open world and the idea of what it was like for this particular game, it's pretty wild. But yeah, the no loading times, I mean, you got to think about like early PS2, that's pretty wild. You can go this whole game front to start without a loading screen. Couldn't do the spider cave for crap, dude. Spider cave is very tough. Uh-oh, am I stuck? I am for now. Yeah, spider cave is very tough. It's cool. It's cool because like the beginning of this game kind of tells you that like, oh, you got this. Like this isn't too bad. You get a dose of it at Misty Island with the ambush, which I definitely would like to kind of finish in this screen, on this stream. Excuse me. I'd really like to get to the fire pass, the fire canyon. I think that's reasonable based on time frame and whatnot. So we're gonna try it out. Appreciate all the support and patience in getting to this point. It's insane. Mad respect to the developers. Yeah. Hello, Smiley. Hello, something. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world.
Hope all is well. Hope you guys are having a great Friday night.
There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
Or Friday morning, depending on where you're at in the world. Or I guess it would be Saturday morning. Whoa. That was a little too crazy. I already know I'm kind of missing a, yeah, I gotta get this. Let's go ahead and get these orbs out of the way before I forget. Mad respect to the developers. It is kind of a shame to see, I think it was not Dave Rubin, Bosch Rubin maybe. I can't think of this, the two co-CEOs of Naughty Dog that pretty much developed games through most of the 80s into the 90s, and of course they created Crash Bandicoot and then Jak and Daxter, and I think shortly after Jak and Daxter they kind of parted ways with Naughty Dog, which, you know, is unfortunate, but it happens. Whoa. Okay, we only got one. Yeah, I looked up something recently on Rubin, one of the CEOs. I knew that was coming. Saturday noon here, something. Yeah, I figured you guys are kind of pushing noon on that side of the hemisphere. But nonetheless, still appreciate you tuning in. Here in the States, I know we're a little bit behind. Just a couple hours. But yeah, he is the CEO of THQ. Oh my gosh. Alright, I gotta get focused. I don't know how long that lasted, and then I also saw that one of them ended up at Meta. I think that's where he might be at currently. Just pretty crazy. The guy that created this game is currently pretty high up in the realms of Facebook, aka Meta. Tell him to quit and come and make Jak 4. That's all I ask. I'm back from meeting. Awesome. Awesome, Psycho. I hope you had a great. I had a little bit of steak and rice for dinner, and it was pretty good, pretty tasty for a Friday night meal, if I do say so myself. I like to cook. For those of you who are interested in cooking, I have a Discord channel that I haven't really posted too much of the food things that I've kind of tried my hand at, but I like to eventually get to that point where I can start adding some of my recipes and some of the things that I've been working with in the kitchen. Alright, for those of you guys trying to platinum this game and know that you have to get all the precursor orbs essentially to get to this point, here's a little trick. Don't come back and have to do this after you've completely beaten the game. Just do it now. Brendan Reese, hello, welcome. Hope all is well. Been enjoying your return to YouTube. It's been super cool to see all the ideas that you have going on. Wishing you the best of luck in our endeavor to bring a little bit newer content that's not so Dynasty Warrior centric. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Army, very clutch. Like I said, especially if you're trying to, you know, complete the game 100%, which call me crazy, but guys, I think I had a PS2 Slim, and I was trying to sell it on like Macari or whoever knows what it was. And I was like, oh, I have the Jak and Daxter trilogy. Like, I just emulate these games now, or you know, I can get the PS3 collection, no big deal. So I'll sell it and raise the value of it. And here I am, like 2 years later, like truly contemplating, should I have done that? Is he stupid? not like in a derogatory way. It's just, it's crazy how much I miss just playing this on the hardware console of PS2. Not that this is on the PS4, of course, but it's just, it's crazy. I just want to go back and like attempt to see what I can maybe upscale the graphics to, just to get a little bit of gameplay recording of it. I've done that. I did that in my Dynasty Warriors 2 video, where I recorded just a sliver of the video in the actual PS2 hardware format, just to kind of show it, and it was mainly just to show what the price of the game was. Because that's pretty much what you're doing. If you're going to buy the physical release, that's kind of what you're working with as far as graphics goes, because obviously modern gaming has blown graphics into a whole nother dimension. But yeah, all is well. Good to hear, Brendan, for sure. I hold all my systems close. Facts. It took me a little while to just accept that fate, Army. Like, I was just so like negligent as to the things that I actually enjoy, and in this case it was classic video games, to the point where I'm like, well, how could I possibly want to play PS2? How could I possibly want to play these old games that carry no value anymore when you can play these games that literally immerse you in the most craziest of ways? And I don't know, I don't want to say it's not enough, but I guess that's just kind of where my heart is when it comes to gaming. When I'm kind of finding rest and finding times to kind of just lay low a little bit and relax. Play a Jak and Daxter game as well. I cannot remember which one. There's quite a bit for sure, and they're all on the PS2, oddly enough. And then of course there's the PSP and PS Vita adaptations, which PS Vita is more so just the remaster. I don't even want to call it a remaster. That's dangerous. It's just the games ported to the PS Vita, which is capped at 20 frames per second, like we talked about earlier. Wild. But if you have a hacked Vita hacks, Vita graphics. I think it's Vita graphics. I literally have my Vita right here. I'm gonna open it up and make sure, because I feel like I've been spewing misinformation here. Gaming misinformation, of course. Not get too crazy, y'all. Yeah, there's Jak and Daxter, and then there's Jak 2, Jak 3, and then there was Jak X, which was like a combat racing game, and then there was Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier, which was started off by Naughty Dog and was supposed to be like the super cool adaptation of Jak and Daxter on PSP. Excuse me, PSP. And it just didn't really work out. It just was not the same. Didn't feel the same. That was a terrible idea. I jumped the gun. By the way, all I've been doing is uploading some shooter games. Brendan, do you, man? If those are the games that you enjoy, like, that's one thing that I kind of just came into terms with when I decided to stream Jak and Daxter. If you guys are new here or just haven't checked out my channel before, like, all I stream is Dynasty Warriors, and all I really post about is Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors will always be one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of all time. I'm anxiously waiting to see what Koei might do with the 10th installment of the games in the future. But in the meantime, I'm not just gonna sit around and wait. Like, I want to go back and take time on some of the classics that I've really enjoyed throughout not only my childhood, but like just even getting a good grasp of gaming in general nowadays to know what I like. And this is just something that I like, and I don't want to be like super crazy and, you know, just upload a bunch of random videos just for the sake of gameplay. But as I've updated my description to say on my profile, I'm gonna use my unqualified opinion to talk about video games. And if I can resonate with the community that sees the niche the same way, why not? Why not just connect? Find things that are in common. Maybe, you know, talk about certain things that get people fired up enough to, like, kind of bring back franchises, especially games like this with Jak and Daxter. Like, this game would be so cool to see on the modern consoles. Are you kidding me? There's so many different ways they could go with it too. And so, I don't know. I just think there's a lot that can go on, and you know, there's so many Dynasty Warriors games and videos that I want to get to. I have a lot of intentions to pursue, like, what ifs. Like, what if Dynasty Warriors 10 went the route of Samurai Warriors 5? Like, how crazy would that be if they shortened the roster, made certain weapons exclusive, completely redesigned everyone and what they had to do, and just kind of go from there and see like what that would look like. You know, like a shortened roster that just focused on Wu, or a shortened roster in story mode that just focused on Wei and Cao Cao's ambition to conquer not only the north but pretty much all of the three kingdoms. And if he struggled with the villain, you know, persona, you know, you like, in the words of who said it? It was in The Dark Knight, but you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. I honestly just found out you could play PS2 games on PC in like 2001 or 2001, 2021, 2022. So I'm also kind of new to like the emulation and all of those things. But nonetheless, it's been solid. I've enjoyed the emulation front. But I'll always still have my preference with console, of course. Dynasty Warriors player unsubscribed to me and said he won't go Dynasty Warriors stuff every day. Hey, there's some loyal Dynasty Warriors fans out there. I can't knock them. I can't sit there and say I disagree with them, because I mean, there's a lot to like. You know, there's so many games that they made. There's a lot. You're just gonna run the risk of pleasing a lot of people, and sometimes that's all the people like. Highly recommend Kaya Dark Lineage to play. Interesting. What I wonder, is that a PS2 game? I imagine, Army. Haven't heard of that one. I never said I was gonna stop making Dynasty Warriors. I just wanted time to upload other things. Yeah, I think you know, like I said, sometimes people just take things a little bit too literally, excuse me. Oh, there's a scout fly up there. Need to see if we can make a way to go over there. Did someone just say Persona? I don't think so, Sakayan, but it would be, I would be down to enter that particular realm. All I've really kind of got to really play though is the Strikers version, which, you know, being a Warriors fan, what do you expect? Ooh, that was too much. Dynasty Warriors 6 kind of went Dynasty Warriors 5 route. Yeah. Yep, a great PS2. Nice, Army. Thanks for the follow-up on that. I'm definitely gonna have to try it out. Yeah. I mean, man, being able to emulate and just kind of revisiting classics in general, especially if you go through retro, I don't think you necessarily have to have retro art, but retro achievements, I highly recommend you guys look into that. And try to test and see if some of those things work, because there is a community that is very active in it, and it's really cool to see. Like, literally, you can go into PCSX2, you can enable achievements. You can't really have a lot of cheats enabled. Like, you can't use a lot of cheats while trying to get these achievements, which makes sense, because, and we probably would wonder why there would never be achievements for I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, connect all the eco beams. Kind of wasting time with this. I'm not knowing where the eco beam's at. Oh, right there. But yeah, try it out. You have to create an account, I just found out about it having a Steam Deck, honestly, which has also been a pretty cool experience so far. For those of you interested, this allows me to add a little bit more time, and you can kind of figure out OBS. I feel like I've already even been up to, so it's all right, we got it. Dynasty Warriors 6 started it first, then Samurai Warriors 5 followed suit. I always say that Samurai Warriors 5 has the Dynasty Warriors 6 effect, though. Yeah, well said. Yeah, and that's kind of why I feel like I could explore the idea of Dynasty Warriors 10, maybe going the route of Samurai Warriors 5 going the route of Dynasty Warriors 10. It would be the lazy approach, like, let's be honest, if Koei really wanted to kind of sit there and go, how can we possibly put the most bare minimum effort in to making this game while focusing on, you know, Wo Long 2, Ronin DLC, whatever the case may be, right? Because it's clear that they have a lot of intention to take PS5 to new heights, whether that be with exclusives, whether that be with whatever their little heart desires. But don't forget about the little guy, that's all I'll say.
Hey, let's go check out old Fish Brett's speedboat at the dock.
So, that's super funny. If you guys just saw that right there, Jack just kind of fell on his face. And the reason being is, when they created this game, the concept of open world was still a little bit new. And you can actually outrun the loading times for what this game's trying to like accomplish. Which is kind of crazy. When you really think about it, like for a PS2 game, the fact that they are able to like create an open world and still like just have a very slight uptake where they just slow you down a little bit. It's like, okay, hold on, we gotta load the world. We gotta load the whole next world you're about to go into. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, reason I do the Forbidden Jungle first is because you unlock all the eco chambers, so that you're able to use the trampolines a little bit easier. You can go ahead and go to Misty Island now, and the mayor is going to give you a power cell because you were able to access the eco beams.
I thank you. The entire village will thank me. Boys, you have restored power to the village and guaranteed my re-election. And for that, by the way, you've earned a power cell. So, you want to make a contribution? Good. A sizable one, I hope. Yeah. Oh, it is a sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
All right, not even an hour in and already paying off politicians. We're off to a good start, guys. They might as well just remaster the classic Dynasty Warriors games, even though I highly doubt it will ever happen. Join the club, Brendan. They were ahead of their time for sure. Yeah, I would agree. It's pretty clear. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I haven't even tried out the Uncharted series, to be honest with you. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on Uncharted, because I know for a fact, after I complete most of these Jak and Daxter games, I'm certainly going to want to go back and play through the Uncharted series. I remember this game now. This is one of the games I played as a kid. Yeah, I would not be surprised, Brendan, if this was not under your Christmas tree at some point. This game was super hyped.
Oh, man.
Especially because they had created Crash Bandicoot. Like, for example, I want to show you guys something real quick. We're gonna go to Sage's HUD. But yeah, it's because I was like rolling and jumping and doing all those things super fast and Jak like stopped. I found that out through PowerCell Zeke, by the way. He has some really good videos on this, which has kind of just reinvigorated me. There's quite a bit of content creators as well that have gotten into this, but I just want to kind of show you guys this real quick. You go back to the Green Sage's HUD. Does this plant not exactly resemble the ones from Crash Bandicoot? And the warp portal? It's like if you were to play the remastered trilogy, this is exactly what you would see. So it's just wild. It's wild seeing Jak here. It's like this Western version of an anime character who honestly has some pretty cool combat mechanics. But yeah, we haven't even touched the surface on some of the ecos. But now that we have that, we're going to run through Sentinel Beach very quickly. I'm going to try and show you guys the quickest way to approach this. Because we were able to, I don't know, Forbidden Jungle took a little bit longer just because I was getting lapsed on where the heck I was going. I want to add this to my platinum list. You should army. It's really not that difficult. Here I am, like not even 2 or 3 trophies in, and I'm already saying that. But based on my experience playing this game and the history I have with it, I feel pretty confident. I guess that's the best way for me to explain it. When you're here, don't even bother with coming back here again. Like, with these guys just shooting stuff, just let them blow me up for all I care.
Alright, treasure!
Lurkers have no sense in these times. Currently trying to platinum Dynasty Warriors 8 or Torture. Okay, so let's add a little bit of context here. Are you trying to do Dynasty Warriors 8 base? Are you trying to do Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition? Because I'm curious what the difference would be. Because, like, honestly, I kind of got away from PlayStation for a little bit. I'm kind of making my way back, but I just don't really know what. Dang, he shot back to back. He's kind of mad. He knows I'm messing with him. Yeah, I've been playing Dynasty Warriors 8 since it came out 10 years ago. Yeah, the base game came out a while.
Hey,
Stupid bird.
Pelican just snagged a power cell. Let's go
What's a
kick
platinum
some
trophy?
big bird butt.
Good question, Sakion. Platinum trophy is whenever you obtain every single trophy on PlayStation that the game has to offer. So whether that be PS3, whether that be PS4, PS5, you beat the game and you do all the things necessary. It differs from game to game, and there's a lot of YouTubers that go and make videos on their attempt to platinum the game. It's actually something I have ambitions for on this channel. I would love for you guys to kind of, like I said, that's kind of why I wanted to bring this to the channel. Like, some of these stream clips are definitely going to make the video, and I'd like to do all the games. I don't want to just do this game. I'd like to do Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak 4, and I say that not just out of like, why are you randomly platinum games, Smiley? Like, why are you just randomly selecting games and platinuming them? It's not necessarily that. It's more so just like, I have no problem playing games that I truly admire and truly enjoy, and this is a game that I truly admire and truly enjoy. And I didn't have the chance to platinum a lot of these games when I was little because there was no trophy system on the PS2. We didn't get that to the PS3. And even then, I kind of moved towards the PS3 route, or excuse me, the Xbox 360 route, so I didn't really have the PS3 and kind of capitalize on the opportunity that came with a lot of those games, mainly just because, I don't know, Xbox 360 had a lot of bangers, right? Halo, Gears of War, those are games that definitely just kind of grew up playing, and always enjoyed playing throughout middle school and high school. Probably shows when you achieve all the trophies in a game like PlayStation. Yeah. Same with achievements. It's similar to achievements. I just don't know if they have a word for it for Xbox 360. I thought you knew that, Saki, since you own a PS3.
If things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
Well, the same most of the hut. The green sage talking some mess to Daxter. You gotta love it. If you're gonna dish it, you might as well be able to take it, right? If you're a guy like Daxter who has a lot to say. That's funny to hear. No, I didn't. No, I don't. Yeah, it's honestly, I didn't realize how much of a phenomenon it was until I started seeing YouTubers, other YouTubers do it by platinuming games, and I was like, man, I grew up playing these games. Like, a lot of these things I already did. I just didn't get any trophies for them.
Are you near the egg yet?
I'm coming, lady. Give me a break.
Just a little further. Come on, push the egg off the cliff. Oh my, that wasn't gentle.
I really enjoy this cutscene that's coming up, but I'm gonna save it.
Good job. Now meet me down here.
I have Dynasty Warriors XL complete. I just call it. Yeah. I actually tuned into one of your streams that had the Dynasty Warriors 8 rolling. I'm pretty sure.
My. I hope the poor dear.
Because my Fury has a lot of PS2 games. That's cool.
For your valor.
Sakiyan, are those actual PS2 discs that you put into the the fat PS3, or do you have them digitally?
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah, I'm not your mom. You see any feathers here?
You see any feathers here?
Love at first sight. Listen, boys.
Voice actor for Daxter, man. I mean, they just don't make them like they used to. I don't know. Something's different. Maybe I have a bias. Eggs over hard, y'all. Ain't no easy. Ain't no easy around these parts. Alright, we gotta blow up that stupid pelican. And I feel like there's some precursor ores we need to go dive for. Because the goal throughout all of these live streams, however far we get, if I end up doing another one in another area, is I don't want to leave the area until I accumulate all of the precursor ores. This, because there's no loading screens, we're maximizing time by not going back and redoing things that we've already done or been to. That makes sense. I have the game digital because of PS3 was PS3. Yeah, with the Slim, I'm right there with you. I actually really like the Slim though. I don't mind it. I don't feel like I'm missing out a lot by not being able to play some of the physicals, because let's be honest, is there even really a decent amount of physical PS2 games that you can play on the PS3? Not really. Doesn't seem like, at least. It's like, if there's just gonna be limited exclusive backwards compatibility, why not just make most of them or all of them that way? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my personal gripe. Obviously I have a lot. You guys can notice that an hour into the stream I've already been complaining about it a lot. Which one do you prefer, Smiley? Ratchet & Clank or Jak Daxter? That's a great question. I'm gonna have to be honest with you though. I'm gonna have to stick with Jak Daxter. That doesn't mean I don't appreciate Ratchet & Clank. If it wasn't for Ratchet & Clank, I don't think I would have been able to truly enjoy, honestly, any 3D modern day platformer.
Hey, seagulls! Let's buzz them for kicks.
And I say that just because I did get Rift Apart, mainly because it's made its way over to the PC from PlayStation, which is another reason that kind of makes me wonder about exclusivity moving forward. I have not really got a chance to get into it, but since I have a Steam Deck now, I'm looking very forward to getting into it. But I feel like Jak and Daxter ran so that Ratchet and Clank could fly. And I say that with all due respect to Insomniac, but man, like, there's a lot of Ratchet and Clank games, and you know, there's most of them are pretty good. Like, to be honest, most of them are pretty good. And I know that Jak and Daxter kind of suffers from an identity crisis in the sense of just like a true gamer, especially whenever you look for consistency in games. I think you find that more so in Ratchet and Clank, but when it comes to Jak and Daxter, it's hard to find consistency just because Jak 2 all of a sudden starts using guns and, you know, just kind of changes. It's like, it's, I don't know, it's like a E10 and up T version of Grand Theft Auto. And that's clear. Even the directors of Naughty Dog came out and said, the co-founders said pretty much that, you know, this game was heavily inspired by using vehicles in an open setting and being able to do pretty much whatever you want and use guns when it came to Jak 2 and 3 to be exact, because they knew their target audience was kind of graduating away from the classic 3D platformers that had dominated most of the 90s and early 2000s. Oh, I almost forgot that power cell. Thanks to these great PS4 graphics, I got a chance to catch it. I need more Dynasty Warriors Gundam. Yeah, Dynasty Warriors Gundam is also a forgotten franchise that is kind of starting to raise some eyebrows as to if it'll maybe come back or at least kind of stir up a discussion. I have Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1 and 2. Yeah, you guys can tell me all you want about Gundam, because, man, I'm not hating, all right? I'm not hating, but I'm just kind of wondering what you guys enjoy about it. Is it because you have affiliation with the anime, or is it because the like gameplay and maybe the combat is like literally that good? Just asking for personal preference, because I had Dynasty Warriors Gundam on the Xbox 360 and I recently sold it. I know, controversial take, of course. But the reason I say that is because I don't really see it, honestly. And I have a lot of games that are backlogged when it comes to Dynasty Warriors in general. So do I really want to branch off and try out a whole new system? I don't know. Change my mind. Brendan, if you're still in the chat, I am curious how you play Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends. Like the system and particular modes, like have you complete all the story modes? Is that something that... I imagine if you're shooting for platinum, probably pretty far. So yeah, because we went into Forbidden Jungle and unlocked all of the eco chambers, we're able to use this trampoline now, instead of going over here first and missing the opportunity and having to come back after the fact. But I don't want this stupid lurker. I don't want to have to come back here, right? I don't like to repeat myself. So maybe I can convince this lurker to shoot this thing. And he doesn't look like he sees me. It's fine. We'll find a way. Eventually. Get some precursor orbs here. We'll just go back and get those and be on our way to Misty Island. Pretty solid progress so far. Appreciate you guys hanging around. Whoa, that was almost close. I almost let that lurker get the best of me. I only have 1 health left. 3 stars away from literally 50% again. Ali. For me, it was the anime story. Nice, Hakiyan. I figured, man, if you're behind an anime, it's so much easier to get behind a game, in my opinion. Alright, gang. I'm about to show y'all a pretty significant trick, in my opinion. We are going to blow up the Pelican instead of trying to knock out. Instead of trying to beat it to the spot. I think that was a little too far. But yeah, essentially the power cell just appears. Oh, I hit him on the head. Yeah. Nice. Second try, I'll take it. I'm telling you, I played these games way too much growing up. So don't think this game is that easy. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. And let's see if we can make the jump here. Ah, I didn't do it right. I'm about to get ate up. Lurker shark, lurker shark, lurker shark. For those of you that don't know, there's a big... Bro. I don't know about that one. It's cool. I'll let it slide this time. I fell off. I was supposed to execute a much better jump. And the Gundam kit, of course. Yeah, some of those Gundam kits are really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A game that I've really enjoyed is oh, got that precursor orb. SD Battle Gundam, which seems to be a lot of the same things that you find in Gundam itself. But I think it's just Gundam Dynasty Warriors, so it's obviously a little bit more appealing, right? Futuristic Dynasty Warriors, yeah. Never got hooked into the World Gundam series as a whole, so yeah. I get that. Totally get that. And those games came out on PS2 quite a bit too, yeah? So... Ah, dang it. I forgot to blow up those precursor orbs. I might as well just go through this process one more time. At least we blew up the Pelican, right? That's all that matters. We defeated the bully. I have a whole bunch of DLC for Dynasty Warriors 8. Same with costumes. Sick. Dude, costumes Dynasty Warriors 8 are undefeated. Previous Dynasty Warriors, well, I grew up watching Gundam Seed and Dynasty Warriors games provided me with the Gundam Seed. Nice. A little too much. A little too much. I still need to finish Samurai Warrior Spirit of Sanada. The story is extremely long. I just heard about that, Brendan. I just heard about that. I was tuning into Profar stream not too long ago, and he was talking about that. The one that that have Liu Bei Gundam. The one that have Liu Bei Gundam. Is it Liu Bei Ice Pirate, or is it Cao Cao? Ah, not enough. Get away from the Lurker Shark. Get away from the Lurker Shark. Don't do it. Alright, dodged a bullet that time. Okay, so let's go get these powers. Let's go get these orbs, excuse me, and then the power cell. And I think that's all. I think that's all for this, and we can go to Misty Island. Looks like morning is setting. That's another cool thing about this open world concept, is it literally goes through the process of, you know, night, day, doesn't matter. Like, it's not just the same bland environment. But if you guys are interested, I would really like to show you guys that open goal mod, or just the open goal game. You don't have to do all the mods if you don't want to. You can kind of just go in and play the game as it is. It's beautifully made. I mean, it's if you want a free version of this game on PC, let me know. I am so about advancing this community, and I say that just because of the sole fact that they don't even want to take any kind of income or anything. And I think that's super cool. I think that says a lot about the game preservation that we've talked about so far in this stream. Some people say it's the best Samurai Warriors game ever. I literally have it on PS4 and I have yet to try. But I'm willing to see if that is true. For me, it's because I like Musou games and Gundam models. Give me that. I think that's because we got the trophy from the Pelican, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but we are missing some precursor orbs. Some people say, yeah. There's Cao Cao and Liu Bei. I don't remember Liu Bei, honestly. I just remember Cao Cao being a little bit more hype. What? I'm still missing scout flies. And the precursor orbs, I imagine. Wow, I'm still missing some from quite a bit. Looks like 9 in Sandover, 7 in Geyser. I'm gonna have to go through the practice again. And way too many here. Alright, let's see what we got going on. SD Gundam Sengokushi. Yeah. I guess that game did not get a lot of physical releases because it's kind of like super expensive. Even to this day, it came out a couple years ago. The Nintendo Switch store will run specials on it occasionally, but I don't know. I've just kind of grown. Like, I just haven't really been all that interested in playing a lot of Nintendo Switch ports, just because they really don't have anything to offer other than, you know, some of their classic ports. Okay, so there's one scout fly. But yeah, like, and plus there's no achievement system. I don't know why I'm on such a trophy achievement hunt lately, but at least it helps me know that I'm making some serious progress in the game. And just kind of helps me keep track of how that happens and how good I am at it. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. I was supposed to show you a quick way to get through this particular map, but looks like I missed a couple of spots. Make sure I got all the water ones. Okay, I'm gonna hop off because I need to sleep for a while. Okay, Sakiyan, definitely appreciate you tuning into the stream. Definitely ended up starting a little later than I anticipated, but nonetheless, hope you have a good night and a great weekend. The little things, the simple ways to getting around that you tend to forget about most. All right. Good news is we were able to finish Sentinel Beach without too many problems. All right, so I feel like this is just... There's one around here we missed. Last one? One more. It's definitely around one of these houses.
Good. You've collected enough power cells to fuel my heat shield. Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house. Bring the power cells, and hurry! My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
So that's very interesting. Like in this particular point of the game, they're like, hey, yeah, just go ahead and keep moving, keep it moving. But with the PS4 version, they're like, yeah, you can do that, but you might miss out. Might miss out on something. So in this case, we're missing one more scout fly, which I'm just gonna go up here and grab these precursor orbs because it seems like I missed them. Maybe I missed the scout fly too. Let's see what we could possibly miss at Guy's Rock. Silly we're having to do this. 7 of them. Alright, let's make this quick. Okay, it didn't look like we missed him when we died. Unless we went the lurker shark again there. Oh, no something. No sad faces. Now, sad faces because of Sleepy. Totally understand that. You're over here on the west coast. Huh. Interesting. Seems YouTube filtered my comments. Oh, wait, no, I think you're good. I'm sorry. I don't think I saw it something. Smiley, what are those green orbs for? So those green orbs are pretty much your health. So like as you can see, I have 50 next to my health here. And that is because I have obtained 50 of those little green eco balls. And if I get, like, let's say, like in this case, I don't have the heart completely filled up, and I just have like one or two of them, then if I get 50, I can refill a whole nother one. But if I get the big ones, then I'm able to completely restore my health. I had a loss here on what I missed. So like, yeah, so technically I have 4 health slots because I had 50 already, and it brings me back down to 0. So now I have to find a way to accumulate those back. Or if I take more damage in between now and then, of course they're down here. So see, yeah, now it accumulates 2, 3, 4, etc. So it worked out, but yeah, it's important and it's not. Like if you're one of the ones that are maybe a little bit more on the accident prone side and tend to find yourself getting caught up in certain instances, then you're better off getting and breaking the boxes. That's what those boxes usually are for. But they're more like of the just box, like wooden boxes. Those are the ones that you want to shoot for.
Did you see the size of the bite that lurker shark took out of the fisherman's boat? We best stay way clear of them. I don't think we can tackle a creature that dag nasty.
Ain't no way. Let's make our way. Let's see if we can endure. But yeah, sorry something for missing your comment. I didn't realize that. You had asked about the beloved green eco. Which green eco in this game is more so for healing mechanisms, things that make Jak restore health.
This place gives me the creeps. And trust
Of
me,
course.
it's a whole new experience when you're covered in fuzz.
This is where Daxter decided to pick up a bunch of crazy stuff, fall in some dark eco, ruin it for himself.
Hey, I see the sculptor's muse.
The muse. You have to get the muse. Not sure how soon we want to get it. I think we should get all of these precursor orbs first, since they tend to fall under the radar. Whereas these green boxes, there we go. Accumulating some health. Save that for later. Yeah, save that for later. See if we can knock out most of the basics here. What? It's fine, just downloading the collection of PS3, gonna try it out later. Nice! Nice, yeah. Definitely if you're avid on the PS3, I will say, this is gonna be the best way to play this game, is on the PS3. Like, it'll probably even be a better experience than what I'm experiencing here on the PS4. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but... buzzing. Gotta get them scout flies. Progress on the trophies. But yeah, you can also look for trophies if you're into that kind of thing on PS3, now that we kind of helped you figure out how that process works. Definitely looked into it. This isn't a hard one to try and accomplish.
Don't worry, I'll avenge you. Not.
It's an interesting spawn point here. I guess we'll go this way, since they went ahead and spawned us there. That's another thing. They don't really, like, absorb to you as easily as I would like. They kind of force you to go back and grab them. But that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going back to land. Lurker Shark. Yeah. Still not feeling that. Kind of want to go back, make sure we get all of the precursor orders. Like, I just feel like if I know where I've been, it's a lot easier to know if I miss power cells or miss precursor orbs in certain places. I'd say, I don't know if I lost that one. Alright, this is where we started, so we got all of those. Alright, so now we need to try it with... Need some blue eco for this power cell. We got red eco. Red eco definitely makes things a little bit easier. Not having to double hit these guys. Oh, that's not enough. 3 orbs here. Surely we can figure out something. Alright, let's try it out. Alright. Well, there's Sentinel Beach, Forbidden Jungle, Sandover Village. Pretty wild that you can see most of the worlds that you interact with. It's like a mini Grand Theft Auto. Alright, keep it moving here. Also, knocking over bones a lot easier.
Watch your back! We remember what happened the last time we were here.
Alright, no cannon charge.
It's an ambush, Jack! It's an ambush!
But we do have an ambush. Lovely. Oh, what? Caught me slipping.
Well, better you than me.
Gotta try that again.
This place gives me the willies. Let's keep you out of the ooze, okay?
Extra's favorite place. Tonight's featured event.
That looks like it hurt. Should I call for backup?
Yeah, 3 of these guys back to back, not cool, but I'm okay with the spot. So that should. Knock out these precursor orbs. Get the lurkers. But yeah. Trying not to backpack. That's like the main mission, especially when it comes to these tropes. And these crazy odd lurkers that seem to just be hiding anywhere. Okay, of course. Knocked out some down here. Moving right along. This should be a good start though. I noticed there's a precursor realm over here. Should be able to get it. Nice. Uh-oh. Only got 1 health though. And that would have been tough. We got it. Alright. moving right along. I think we're getting towards the back end of, yeah. So we got to get these lurker sharks out of the air. We're gonna get on a zoomer. Handle them up pretty quickly. Hopefully, get a power cell. Can't forget about the scout fly. Boom, baby. Keep the PS2 checkmark card. All right, moving right along. That's not a good start. Okay, got some health. Feeling alive. Gotta get the scout flies, of course. Another green eco. Something, that one was for you. Because you know we need the health more than anything. It's almost like green eco is the most important. Obviously there's some OP ones like red eco, and you'll see yellow eco hopefully. Might get to yellow eco tonight. We might have to wait till we see that in the next world, but gotta cross the precursor basin and make sure we get everything we need there. Move on properly.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. You two didn't screw up. Now that the lurkers can't open that silo, they can't flood the world with dark eco and cause untold destruction. Wipe that ridiculous grin off your face, Daxter. The two of you have plenty to do. Get on with it.
They most obviously not satisfied. Like a true OG sage, never satisfied. So we're just gonna have to keep it moving. But we got everything we need to up here. Now we just need to use the zoomer, but it looks like we are going to have to maybe jump. Nice. Right. Muse, and then yep. All right. Fair enough. Whoa. Easy, pal. We both want to make it out of this spot, alright? Nothing crazy. Alright, scout fly, moving on. Don't do it, shark. Don't do it, shark. Might as well get these while I'm here, right? Supposed to. That shark is coming. He's just waiting for his opportunity. We're gonna swim over here to the zoomer. I'm gonna... Do I need to go up the other way first, though? I'm wondering. Probably would be good practice, just to make sure we're getting everything we need. Completionist nightmare, right? Seems like, yeah.
Let's plow into those balloon lurkers and shred them.
All right. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Hopefully. But do it, lurkers. Nice. Got some goodies over here.
Said, shred the lurkers, Jak. Not the mines!
Not the mines.
Always avoid
Alright, we still got him.
mines.
I also heard that some of the treasure artifacts in Uncharted are the precursor orbs. That would be really cool. Easter egg, if it were true. Jumped a little too high, missed the other two. But yeah, I mean, just a little nod. You know, Rift Apart also has a Jak and Daxter nod, which pretty cool to see. Knock out those lurkers. Power cell time. Pop goes the lurker, one at a time.
Good! You stopped all the mine-dropping lurkers. They've been threatening the waters around our village for weeks. Bring your zoomer back to the chance pad and I'll teleport it back.
I'm almost done, Kira. But I'm not done. Ah, missed one of them. Not there yet, but I do think that we're getting there. I think we'll unlock a little bit more of the precursor orbs whenever we come across the muse. Chase this little bugger. Wow. I feel like I was so close. Definitely gonna get that. Alright. The muse. We are close. Squirrely little bugger. Let's get it to change course. Surely it'll turn around, right? Boom, shakalaka. Alright. Muse is out of the way, so there's only a couple more things I feel like we need to accomplish in this specific area. Aha. There we go. Got all the scout flies. Okay, fuck, we got all the precursor orbs. How many are we missing though? I see 2. And that's where they're at. Nice. We're just gonna... Thought we would be able to sneak past those guys, but didn't work out too well. It's alright. All we need is these. Okay, not too mad at this spawn. We're not gonna be able to sneak past these guys. Let's be smarter than the game here. Oh, it worked out. Alright, let's get out of Daxter's favorite area, shall we? A little bit of a ledge jump. Definitely started using that a little bit later in the Jak and Daxter series for me. I've always been a jump, spin type of guy. All right, back we are. All right, just about where we need to be. Kind of move on. Little
Hurry up with those power
under 2
cells.
hours.
I'm waiting at the head of Fire Canyon, at the top of the cliff behind the farmer's house.
Ran into a little bit of lapses when it came to just efficiency, but overall I think we did pretty good. Almost forgot about this little guy here. Let's get everyone their power cells now. We have so many. And Muse boy.
Oh, my muse! You saved her! Oh, you really are the best. Here, take this power cell. I won't need it now that I have my inspiration back.
Alright. There's the Muse. Need it from the older gen. Or maybe I already did. He's not here. To your uncle, turn to the farmer. Oh. I did the yak cows and never even returned to the farmer. Oh well.
Oh, Well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
Yeehaw. All right. Aha, there he is.
I see you two are back.
I was wondering, he didn't really show up till I actually came inside the house.
Hey, you have the precursor orbs that we agreed on? I hope you put this hard-earned power cell to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta, bye-bye. Let's see. Now, where should I go first?
All right, let's see if we can go get this precursor juggernaut to cough up some precursor orbs.
For your gift, another power cell is yours. You have
How about
proven
another?
yourself worthy. Here is a power cell.
All right. All right, gonna take a quick intermission before we head up here, check on some power cells. Alright, so for power cells, it looks like we're pretty solid. So we just need to finish out the precursor orbs, which are over here, more than likely. Very nice. Whoa. What's going on here? Whoa, that was wild. I have no idea what had just happened right there. A black volcanic pass is essentially what that was, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Kira told me I could just come back here and it's good. Game had to reload itself, right? Yeah. Wow, that was crazy.
Great! You have the 20 cells needed to power my heat shield. Now be careful. The shield will only protect your zoomer till it reaches 500 degrees, so try to keep her cool. Flying over open lava will definitely heat you up fast. Hit 500 degrees and it's over.
Over? Like burning molten metal over?
The fire canyon gets pretty hot, so keep a lookout for jumps to keep you off the hot ground. I've also released several blue cooling balloons you can use to drop the shield's temperature quickly. Oh, and when you get across, don't forget to activate the teleport gate in the Blue Sage's lab. Then we'll be able to teleport over and meet you. Good luck!
Alright. Thanks for the good luck, Kira. I think we can do this. Alright. We're gonna try and get through this without having to come back and do all the precursor orbs and stuff. I don't know if I'll have as much luck as I will with the fish, but we shall see.
See if we can catch air off those lurkers. Use the hop turn to steer harder. Do me a favor and keep away from those dark ego boxes.
Alright, well at least we got the scout flies. Can we finish it off? Nice. That worked out well.
Wahoo! We made it!
Alright. Let's open the portal, of course, for the sage. Again, no loading screens.
Whoa! I don't think I'll ever get used to that teleporter tingling sensation. Hey! It looks like the Blue Sage threw a party.
Oh my! Rock Village is on fire!
One heck of a party.
No, I mean Rock Village is being bombarded with flaming boulders! Oh, and it looks like the Blue Sage
What are you looking at,
is
Jack?
working on a levitation machine to move them. Assuming it's operational, we're gonna need power cells to fuel it. I guess you two are going to have to find some more.
We'd better take a look at his notes. Jack, go check on the villagers. Then come back and give us an update. And take the furball with you. Well, The situation here stinks worse than a lurker's armpit. Before Blue Sage's disappearance, he journaled significant trouble in all of the surrounding areas. Of particular interest to me is the dark eco-infection of some innocent plants in the Precursor Basin. Kira will teleport your Agrav Zoomer to the nearest transpad. Ride the Zoomer to a green eco vent, and then carry the green eco to the corrupted plants. That should heal them. Don't miss a single plant, or the infected ones will slowly reinfect the healthy ones. And Daxter, start cleaning up in here, and don't forget the corners.
Apparently, the precursor structure just off the coast leads to an underwater lost city. The Blue Sage has been trying to figure out how he can bring one of the chambers to the surface.
The
but he
Lost
was
Precursor
never
City.
successful. You should check it out.
Aren't there a lot of lurker sharks in that water?
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Of course not. Just looking out for Jack here. You know what a chicken he can be.
Well, if you swim out over the coral reef, I doubt the lurker sharks will bother you. They don't like shallow water.
All right, let's see what we can do here. Lost Precursor City, power cells. You know the deal.
Until we find out
You
why
know
the
the-
Blue Sage disappeared, you're going to need to collect 45 power cells to fuel his machine. Go get them.
45? Right. See if we can figure that one out. I'm pretty sure that's the blue eco charm that you have to use. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Can't remember. See what she wants for.
You two look like a couple of capable fellows. I've got a research project going, and maybe you could help me out.
Hey, we're the ones on a big quest here. We ask you for help.
Well, perhaps we can help each other. I've been studying the burrowing habits of lightning moles in the Precursor Basin next to our village for years. But now those awful lurkers have scared the moles to the surface. And since they're blind as bats, they can't find their way back underground. If you could herd them back into their burrowing tunnels, you might just save their lives. I've got a power cell that says you can do it.
Yeah, lightning moles. We care. Maybe for 2 power cells.
Nice try. But I would be willing to part with another power cell if you two find me 90 precursor orbs for my research equipment. Fair enough? Oh, you have the orbs. Here's a power cell we agreed upon.
Gotta appreciate Daxter doing his magic. Working the lady, she wasn't expecting it. Oh, what? There's no way. That has to be it. It must be this one. I feel like this is the one. Maybe if I give myself a little bit of a boost. Oh. Can't jump directly over it. Nope. Can't directly jump over it. Roll over it, I should say. And when I do this, though. What? That can't be right. Yeah. First ball. Just giving us the business. What's going on with this guy?
Oh, my aching head.
I thought that's one of your vital organs. Walk it off, tough guy.
Oh, sure, I was tough once. Maybe even the toughest of them all. I single-handedly defended this village from those horrid creatures for almost a year. Then that horrible monster arrived and commenced the boulder bombardment. So, full of valor, armor shining in the sun, I climbed the hill to take him on. But he pounded me like one tenderizes a yakao steak.
Have you tried attacking him with your melodrama? Cause it's killing me.
After my last stunning failure, he sealed the passageway to his roost with a 30-ton boulder, leaving no way for anyone to challenge him again. So, our sage, a master of blue eco, and a mechanical genius, devised a machine capable of lifting the boulder out of the way. But alas,
Guy's really selling me.
disappeared before we had a chance to turn it on. And he took all of his power cells with him.
Gotta appreciate Daxter just keeping it
At
real.
least I was able to pull enough pontoons out of our bridge to prevent that monster from coming down here to do me harm.
Yeah, good job, tough guy. But we're gonna need you to put him back and stuff.
Oh, sure, and seal my doom? All right, fine. Bring me 90 precursor orbs and I'll let the pontoons loose. But I'm not going to fight that monster again.
Just go ahead and rearrange it for us, pal.
Wonderful. You brought me the precursor orbs. All right, I'll fix the bridge. But don't ask me to get involved with that creature again.
Oh no, not another hero. I lost my
Not
trust on
another
this
hero.
so-called hero's big fight against the monster up there. Trust me, the smart money's on the monster. That wager pretty much tapped me out. So, I got a proposal. Bring me 90 orbs to get me back on my feet and out of this barrel, and I'll give you a power cell in return. And if you're game, I do have one more bet on mine. My big comeback. Beat the record time racing Dead Man's Gorge in the Precursor Basin, and I'll get a pretty payoff. For that, I'll give you another power cell.
Alright, fine. Have it your way. Let's go ahead and get this over with, though. Since we had the mighty warrior open up the pathway for us. Pretty cool, because there's a couple ways that I watched some YouTubers quite a while ago. Just working on different ways to speedrun this particular you know, obviously speedrun the game, but have a way to where you can kind of bypass this. You can kind of get over to that rock there, jump over the ledge. There's a lot of methods to do it, but once you're up there, it also gets a little tricky. So, but we're just kind of going with the flow. Oh. Trying to get all the trophies, obviously. Got 5 of the most prominent ones. Boggy Swamp. This is going to be an interesting one, people.
Wow! You can shoot fireballs when you're powered up with Yellow Eco.
I'd like to try and make a little bit of progress. Try and complete the Soggy Swamp, of course, before we keep it moving with the story and trophies and stuff. I'm thinking... I'm not sure. Not sure which one we'll do next. At least 2 of 3. I think I'm gonna have to address the obvious here. We're gonna go with... Is it graphic? Is it graphic? It's... like it's game. You can't invert the controls? What? I always do this. I wouldn't be surprised if you can't, since you're literally just emulating the game on the PS4, essentially. That's what you paid for. Save graphic game. Wow. Alright. Converted it is. Should have known that was coming. But in the beginning, though, I'm trying to think what I missed. Honestly, I was probably trying to jump over this stuff. Had to have been the culprit. In your best interest to just get rid of these guys. Buzz. Gotta have the yellow. We're gonna leave this one open.
Big boulders holding the tether. Shoot those rat nests to stop the rats from coming out.
Grab those.
Did you?
Let it loose. Ooh, that was close. Something here, right? Nice to know that you can kind of run along against these and not feel like you're gonna have to get swiped. And I say that just because, you know, yellow eco, can't really do much with it. Although it definitely helps when you're in situations like this, when you really just kind of need to not let lurkers in general, just get close to you. Because they kind of sneak up on you, unfortunately. Option. We got options, people. Do the eco with the yellow. Grab the eco, blue. Yes. No, we need it. Alright. Let's go. When the levee breaks.
Only 2 more tethers.
Cool. Keep it moving. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what we can do about these. I remember these being quite the pain. But I think you can shoot them from here. Let's see what's over here first. Good practice. I can pull another way. Ooh. Smarter, not harder. Oh, that was a bad idea. Man, wasting 2 lives for a precursor orb. Hello. Huh? Alright, we have yellow eco right over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Since we have enough health to stay alive, let's do something a little bit different. Let's go here. Let's shoot these guys here. Get those guys away. See if there's any precursor orbs over here, which it doesn't look like there is. I don't even know it, but we're gonna go regardless, just to make sure. So we don't want to miss any precursor orbs. We did knock down our health. That wasn't a good idea. But we are moving along here. Get the... Definitely gotta get the yellow eco. I see. There it is. Let's see what's over here. Yikes.
Look out, Jack! It's an ambush!
We love ambushes, don't we? Just get the yellow eco when you can, and it's still not enough. try it again. What am I doing? Not being efficient with what I have been given. That's obvious. Alright, third time's a charm. Just gonna keep a rhythm going, especially when it comes to going back and forth between the yellow eco. I feel like that's the best bet. It's definitely not complicated. Or just stand your ground, huh? Yeah, not complicated at all. Interesting what's going on over there, but I don't think I can do too much about it. I want us to get out of here, it sounds like. Let's see here.
Break the tongue's grip!
What? Always enjoy just the construct of a lot of these missions, man. It's just they just don't do it like that anymore, I guess. As far as 3D platforms go, like there's a lot that are really good, right? But this one will always just be one of my favorite. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Profar. If anything, it's more late on my end than it is your end. Been streaming for a little while now, but I'm gonna try and see how far we can get. It's some pretty decent progress so far, though. It still amazes me for a game that came out in 2001, Jak Daxter does not have any stage transition. That's what I was kind of talking about a little bit at the beginning of the stream. It's just kind of underrated, honestly. Like, it's crazy to think there was an open world game at some point. For PS2, even before like the Grand Theft Auto era, which Jak 2, the route they took is certainly more of kind of the Grand Theft Auto, a little bit more less 3D platform like, more aggressiveness, if you will. But I think that's what a lot of people like don't really realize is like, well, I only played Jak 2, I didn't realize that, you know, they would be so different. And it's like, yeah, I mean, the series certainly had some form of identity crisis, but at the same time, I feel like Naughty Dog just kind of generally grew with their audience. I think that's blood. Got the yellow eco right here, though. I really like these mission designs too. I don't know if it's part of the nostalgia or just kind of just how well I felt like they were executed. So. I don't know, I kind of need to go out and venture some of the newer 3D platformers. Like, I don't know how many there are or what they really consist of, but for the most part, it's a pretty solid game. GTA still had cutscenes in indoor locations. Yeah, that's a good point.
Trust me, those dogs.
I don't know about that one. Forgot I only had one. Fortunate that I never grew up with Jak and Daxter. Yeah, that's tough. It's, in my opinion, certainly worth the replay. I think this game still holds a lot of memorable weight as opposed to some of the older classics. I mean, I guess the best way to say it is that this game aged really well. I was mentioning it earlier, so far. Because you have a pretty decent NPC, I think you can really get a good experience by playing this game through the open goal experience. If you're not familiar with what that is, Naughty Dog used the open goal platform to create this game, where it doesn't have any load transitions or loading times or screens between worlds, and pretty much, like, people have figured out a way to not only create it but emulate the open world and add on to it, and it's beautifully done. It's pretty much just a definitive PC port of Jak and Daxter, and it's completely free. The devs and those that are creating a lot of the code to make the game and adding mods to it don't even accept any form of support or payment. Just because that might can get kind of controversial, considering it's technically the same source code that they used for all the Jak and Daxter games, and man, it's really good. I can definitely send it to you if you're interested. Might have to hit
Good work. Aren't you guys
let you know
happy to
about
see
it.
our little
I can Discord or something, but
She may come in handy again sometime.
highly recommend, man. They even added on some like DLC that's completely fan based and completely fan made, which I think is just, it's incredible. Like, I know you didn't really grow up with Jak and Daxter, but the community is still thriving, and I'm starting to become a big advocate for it, because all these other games are getting remasters, and this classic is just kind of getting a cold shoulder, it seems like. But yeah, pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept. But yeah, open goal is literally the name that Naughty Dog called it. I mean, with all the things that they have going on, whether it be Last of Us, Uncharted, they don't really care too much for it. So it's really cool. I've enjoyed it. I'd like to showcase it. Kind of just going for the trophy system more so in this playthrough. But as far as the open goal goes, I'm really excited to kind of bring some of what I've seen the community work on, either videos or streams, but probably more in a video format.
On these here parts, everything that doesn't sink into the mud, that is.
Judging by the smell, I'd wager your bathtub sank in the mud long ago.
What's a bathtub? Anyway, I got bigger problems now. Seems some nasty lurker varmints are grousing about, snatching everything they can get their grubby little paws on, and scaring away my pet hip hog, Farley. He's been missing for nigh on to a coon's age.
I've been putting out his favorite snack. Those ornery swamp rats keep stealing them. If you could keep those pesky critters away long enough, I just know Father will smell them vitals and come back. Will you help me out? Good. Those rats will be back any time.
All right, let's try my luck at this.
Keep them from eating at least one of them snacks. Got it. Get him. Get him.
Get some! Get some!
Alright, I think this is where they start turning up a little bit.
Fry my hide! You sure know how to shoot. Thanks a heap for the help.
Hungry? Interesting. Gotta love it. Gotta love the creation behind a lot of this stuff. Moving right along. Oh. That's the last thing to do.
I'll say something really teary at the funeral. Like, how am I gonna get Chief back now?
User error. Gotta capitalize on those. Right. He did yellow eco, didn't execute that the best way. Ow. Trigger happy. Oh well. We'll get it this time. Do it the easy way. Smarter, not harder. The Led Zeppelin.
Good work, Jack. Your uncle would be proud. That was a giant arm from a precursor robot. I've never seen one in such good condition. I can't imagine what the lurkers wanted with it, but we sure didn't want them to get it. If you keep this success up, nah, you'll still fall short of hero. But keep trying. It's endearing.
Alright, let's see here. Break the tethers to the Zeppelin. Thought we did that. Oh, I didn't actually grab the power cell. Duh. But what's it like with the power? Wow, just one precursor orb? Well, I guess that works out, because I'm gonna have to go through this again anyway.
Maybe we can dock the bats! Well, better you than me.
Let's get rid of these now. I feel like that's just one we missed. Might as well check all the spots while we're here. Doesn't look like it was here though, but might as well check. Since we had a little bit of a delay here. Oop. On not only grabbing the last power cell, but grabbing the last precursor orb. Might have to call it a stream after that, but only until then. So we'll see. And then that leaves this precursor, the Lost Precursor City, and of course. I don't see any precursor orbs over there. I'm gonna keep it moving. Yeah, precursors, the Lost Precursor City, and then the Precursor Basin, which is also a really cool map, especially with all the racing, the times that you have to be. You need to be careful about not getting back into. Yeah, you need to be careful about not getting back into the ambush. Needed that after that fiasco. What? And just give it away. Alright, check this last time I didn't find anything. Since it's just one precursor orb, I feel like it was just around the time where I probably was around quite a bit of them, I just for some reason didn't see it. We should be able to figure it out. Is this the ambush? Might as well get on the bird and check it out. Maybe not. Check the platform. Actually, while we have the chance, right? You know, at this rate, I'm almost convinced it's up there with the power cell. Let's check that. Only time will tell. Let's see. Now we're getting pretty close. This is kind of a booger to have to go back and revisit, but hey, when chasing platinum, right? Ooh, that was close. And it wasn't close because they actually got me. Alright. This looks familiar. Alright. Got the power cell, but still missing the orb. Alright, look clear, but let's try it with some eco. Oh. Ah, of course. At the end. Missed it the whole time. Well, at least it worked out. Even though I had to go through the whole mission again when it was right in front of me. But as far as today goes, I think that's a good stopping point. I plan to do a little bit more work with this game in the future. But in the meantime, thank you guys for those who tuned in. It was a good ride, accepting a game that wasn't necessarily a Dynasty Warriors game for the channel. One of the first times for me, nonetheless, but like I said, definitely appreciate you guys that did tune in and provided some of the feedback. Learned a lot about some of the Gundam games, and then also talked quite a bit about Jak and Daxter and some of the plans that I have for those, so by all means, let's see what the rich guy has to say. Not that power cell. All right. Very well. But 46%, not bad. For the first playthrough. Maybe we can finish it in the next one. We shall see. But until then, thank you all. This is Smiley Knight tuning off. I will see you guys in the next video / live stream. Thank you. Have a good one.